Slamdown is sponsored by Body Slam and Jam and WWE Smack Talk. Hope you all had a good Christmas and a good New Year. We're back on air. Due to the Christmas period, there was an episode of Raw and SmackDown. So today's show is going to be the catch-up to the what happened on them shows. Because there is no TNA on air at the minute, not till January the 5th. So I thought I'd use the TNA time slot to do the catch-up. And then tomorrow we'll be back on air covering Raw. In half after this show, we will be doing World of Sport Wrestling review. For people that are not in the UK, World of Sport was the wrestling that started in the UK, which closed its doors about 30 years ago. Back in the day, we had Big Daddy, Giant Haystacks, but this time it was all the new era, and then you saw some video packages of the old era. So I will be covering that after this show. This show's going to be quite brief. I am going to be just going over Raw results and SmackDown results, and that's about it. So because I am due to go on at 9:30 to cover the World of Sport. So if you listen to this now, don't forget 9:30 World of Sport review. But anyway, let's get on to the WWE Catch Up, and let's start with Raw on their December the 26th episode. Now, normally I'm quite very, 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 very critical on Raw, but there seems to be improvements. It's a better Raw than what there has been. I didn't really fast forward that many matches, to be honest, which is a first. We saw Seth Rollins and the US champion Roman Reigns confront Raw Commissioner Stephanie McMahon. Now, being in Chicago, you're always going to get a raucous crowd. And being CM Punk's hometown, I think the WWE knew they were going to get CM Punk chance. And so the put down by Stephanie McMahon was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. For me, it was my highlight of the show. You know, to come out with a comment you'd last, I'm not going to go the full comment, but you know, to go, keep this up, you'll last 1 second longer than CM. Oh, it was just brilliant. It was just brilliant. You know, she impressed the crowd at the same time. I'm still not a big fan of Roman Reigns. I don't know if it's his gimmick, the way he's being used. But she did tease about the Shield reuniting together to take on Strowman and all that crap. But yeah, no. And then revealed it was a big wind up to the fans. She did announce that the big dog would defend his US title again later in the evening against a superstar of her choice. And she gave the Architect Snowman, Braun Strowman, in the match. That's about it. The best bit was the put down. We did see Raw Tag Team Champions Cesaro and Sheamus take on the New Day. It was a good match, but I'm getting bored of the Raw Tag Team division. It's too predictable for me, but it's a good match. I've got to be nice because it was a good match. I'll go 3 out of 5. I won't give it over the top, but we did see the New Day lose again. Still makes me wonder, are the New Day going to split? It does make me wonder. We did see Nia Jax taking on Scarlett. Right, you've got Nia Jax. You want to build up for her to go for the women's title, but you're putting her against non-divas that were... Well, sorry. It's not the correct terminology nowadays. You're putting her against women that's not on the Raw roster, so there's no way of her building up, going against people on the... Right, okay. Makes sense. It just seems... It seems like the WWE are hitting an old TNA problem where not enough Raw star. That seems to be a big problem. But the person she was against, the Scarlett, was said she was declaring this for Sasha Banks. So, you know they're building up a match there, but that's about it. We had, after that, we had Charlotte Flair taking on Bayley. Basically, because you said last week you didn't win the match because my shoulders were up. But because of that, Charlotte got to pick the referee, which was Danny Brooks. It's boring. It's the same shit, different day. It was just, it was, yeah. That's probably a 2-star match. We saw Charlotte Flair getting the victory. That's about it, really. We saw, so after that, we had Neville taking on TJ Perkins. One thing I really do like the new way they're using Neville. I love the way they've changed his gimmick, gave him that slight heel turn. They need to still do a lot more to the cruiserweights. You know, there's still a lot that needs to be done. I don't think making the 205 thing was the right idea. I just think they need to sort out better writers, but that's my opinion. But we saw Neville getting the victory over TJ Perkins. But to me, it seems like TJ Perkins is being buried a little bit again. That's what my feelings on it. After that, we saw Rusev and Jinder Mahal attack Enzo Amore and Big Cass. The way Enzo Amore was in a wheelchair, but he still managed to do an attack, was brilliant. He completely sold that he's been hurt. It wasn't really a match, it was just an attack thing. I don't want to see Big Cass go against Rusev again. I don't know, it's just, to me, it's just like meh. We saw Seth Rollins taking on Braun Strowman, which ended in a no contest. Stephanie McMahon wanted Strowman to absolutely destroy Seth Rollins, but then we saw Sami Zayn come out, and yeah, that's about it really. Another boring match. We saw Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson taking on the Golden Truth. But before that match, there was a backstage altercation where Bayley gave Goldust a bear that was tributed for Dusty Rhodes, and one of the goons ripped the bear's head off and threw it down. But as that was going on, the fans were chanting, Cody. It seems at the minute, people the WWE get rid of are doing better. You know, you look at Drew Galloway, you look at Cody Rhodes, you know, they drop people, and the people they've dropped go and seem to do better than when they were in the WWE. What, you know, but I know there's probably rumours floating around somewhere that Cody's coming back. He's not, you know. But we saw it leads up to a match between these two. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson got a victory. Yay. But still doing them as the comedy gimmick. Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't get it. I would like to see the club reunite. I think they need to do that. But we saw them get the victory over Goldust and R-Truth. That's about it on that one. Cruiserweight champion Rich Swann took on Daivari. We saw Neville and Jack Gallagher come out, and it was just a piece of mess, to be honest. Roman Reigns went against Kevin Owens. Hang on a minute, isn't that supposed to happen at the Royal Rumble? But you'll get... Can please someone tell me what the WWE logic is on Raw? Okay, maybe Raw wasn't as good as I thought it was actually analysing it, but average. Right. Let's go on to SmackDown, because I love talking about SmackDown, because SmackDown is so much better. Anyway, John Cena returned to SmackDown Live with a huge announcement. Now, he announced he was going to challenge for the title, but the reason I like this, okay, I'm not a John Cena fan. I think the way he panders to the kids and the way he's used is wrong. But a couple of phrases I picked up on that sort of pulled towards, is John Cena turning heel? That's what got my attention. You know, the few little things that were said got my attention. It was like, is this going to be the turn? You know, we've waited so long for him to turn. But, you know, where he said, my time is now era, he wanted to challenge the winner. And, you know, he really... Because he says, I don't care who don't like it. It was just the way it was done. It seemed very heelish. So I'm hoping that's going to happen. We saw American Alpha in the SmackDown Tag Team Championships in a Four Corners elimination match with Randy Orton and Luke Harper, the Usos, Heath Slater and Rhino. Now it seems like they're jobbing Heath Slater and Rhino now, but I can understand what they're going to do. I think they're going to do a rivalry with Heath Slater and Rhino. The Usos, I think they're dropping the ball a little bit with the heel turn. I think they need to keep that heelish side up with the Usos. But at the end of the match, we saw American Alpha beating the Wyatts. If I had to give this match a rating, it would be 4 out of 5 stars. It was an amazing, amazing match. I could watch it again. Like I've said, SmackDown to me, it's been the better brand. SmackDown's Women's Champion Alexa Bliss took on Becky Lynch. It was an alright match. It was more like a fight than an actual wrestling match. But I don't know if Alexa Bliss will be keeping that title, because if people that didn't see it, she popped her her elbow came out of place, because you saw her arm all flopping about and you saw her pull it back in place. So we don't know what damage that has done. And they haven't said if she's going to be out, or I haven't seen anything yet. But let's be honest, it was a good match. 3.5 out of 5 for that one. We saw Dean Ambrose deliver a sneak attack on The Miz backstage. It looks like to me they're going to do what with Dean Ambrose is what they do with Roman Reigns, where they drop him down a bit and put him for the mid titles. We did see the main event with AJ Styles taking on Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin in a triple threat match. I did get slightly bored at this match. I don't know if it's because of Dolph Ziggler. It just really didn't interest me. But Triple H got the victory. There you go. There's one for the blooper reel. AJ Styles got the victory, and then Cena came down and shook AJ Styles' hand. Now, this is what I believe might happen. I think they want to turn AJ Styles face, turn Cena heel before the Royal Rumble. That's what I believe they're going to do, because they can't just repeat what they've done in the past. You know, we've seen it all before. It's boring. You know, you can't repeat something and expect better results. It's, fans are going to lose interest. But yeah, no, for SmackDown, that was a really good show. 4 out of 5 for me. A lot of potential. A lot of looking forward to what's going to happen next, what they're going to lead to. Raw was better than previous, but still stagnated for me. SmackDown again was the better show. But yeah, that's it for WWE Catch Up. We will be back on tomorrow with WWE Raw. And in 10 minutes, we will be on with World of Sport Wrestling Review. I'm going to cover, like I said, everything about it, and could it lead to UK wrestling being back on TV. But thanks to everybody watching, and I will see you in 10.